Yo, what's up guys? Flip Thunder here, and welcome back to Super Mario, the Thousand Year Door. In the previous episode, we made our way through the Pit of 100 Trials, and we defeated Bonetail. Now, there is... Sorry. There is a little bit more I want to do, but we're not going to be doing that today's episode, because I have a good idea for how I want to end this Let's Play. So, we are actually going to be reading about Luigi's stories today. I've been catching a breather here, you know, reflecting back on my adventures. It's been a long road, bro. Want to hear what happened? It's a pretty long story. So yeah, Luigi has... drift. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books. And we got the books as well that we bought from the store. Well, like I said, it's a really long story, but here goes. My big brother, that's you, bro, got a letter from Princess Peach and took off. Left behind as usual. Dang. I was cooking a snack at home when another letter arrived. We don't get much mail, so I was thinking, this is what the letter said. Sirs, my name is Crep. I am a cabinet minister in the far-off Waffle Kingdom. Mario fell asleep. That's so mean. Luigi's over here telling a story and Mario's just sleeping. That's actually mean. Our land has been attacked by the Chestnut King who took our Princess Elclar. I ask, nay, beg for your assistance. The Waffle Kingdom needs your skills. I humbly request you prompt response, sirs. Sincerely, Crep. Well, I don't remember it exactly, but I think it went something like that. With Mario, that's you, bro, gone, it fell to me to answer this plea. Hesitating only a teensy bit, I headed to the Waffle Kingdom to investigate. Oh no, first I wrote a note to myself about what I was cooking, then I left. Once I reached the Waffle Kingdom, I met Minister Crep, who filled me in. The Chestnut King has kidnapped Princess Elclar and vanished. Apparently, though, some oracle said a marvelous compass could locate her. This marvelous compass has been broken in 7 parts by an ancient curse, and those parts have been scattered across the land. Can you believe it, bro? Each part of the marvelous compass was said to point to the next, and since one of the parts was embedded in the tiara worn by the princess, I surmised that once I collected all the parts, I'd find her. Smart, huh? The minister gave me the compass base broken in the Waffler Fables. When I activated, the entire thing lit right up, indicating the deep south. It was pointing me toward Rumblebump Volcano on the Pudding Continent. So yeah, here I am. I'm sailing out of Rogueport to Rumblebump Volcano. It's probably going to be pretty dangerous, but I gotta rescue that princess. Want to hear about something else? Well, yeah, let's hear about Rumblebump Volcano. As soon as my ship docked on the Pudding Continent, I set out for the volcano. To reach my destination, I spent several days fording through dense jungle. Scary beasts were all over, bro. More than once I thought I was done for. I may have screamed a bit to scare them off, you know, but as fate would have it, a blooper named Bluey heard me shrieking and found me in this one town. Bluey was on a journey of his own, but he joined me after hearing my tale. Now Bluey's a madman. Back in his hometown, they call him White Torpedo. Yeah, he's a tough guy. Anyway, he helped me fight to Rumblebump Volcano. This place was all about bubbling lava pools and heat that'd make the sun sweat. And the place was lousy with evil traps designed to protect the compass piece. The scariest one of all was this gigantic 100-foot tall statue that stomped around. Now the weakness of this giant statue, bro, was a red gem on its forehead. Now I can jump really high, but not high enough to reach that thing by a long shot. So I came up with a plan for Bluey to hit that weak spot. All you, man, I said. I waited for a pause in the statue's movements and hucked Bluey up there. And bullseye, the White Torpedo saved the day. That jewel got whacked. It was a critical hit, and that stone blooper toppled and crumbled into pieces. Once that was done, it was an easy stroll to the room where the treasure was. Unfortunately, Princess Elclar was nowhere to be found, but I got another piece of the marvelous compass and put it in the base. Now the compass pointed west to Plump Belly Village to the Sturtle continent. So I set sails once again and came back here to Rogueport to recharge. That's what happened to me lately, but I'll be heading back out soon. Want to hear something else? Well, yeah, Plump Belly Village. Once we made landfall on the Sturtle continent, we made for Plump Belly Village. Once we got there, though, we immediately noticed that something was wrong. We learned from the mayor that the town was ruled by a giant snake named Hizza. He said the beast demanded he offer up his own daughter as a sacrifice too. So of course, being heroic, I offered myself up to her steed. Great, huh? Now the custom was for sacrifices to be dressed as brides, so I got all dolled up. Oh, I was one hot sacrifice, bro. I looked so good. I fooled our foes and got into Hizza's lair. It was kind of rough fighting in that gown, but I managed. Chiffin really helped. Chafes, bro. I finally found Hizza, and the snake had a second head on his tail. Talk about crazy. I fainted real quick, but when I came back, I managed to distract both heads. It reared up, fangs bared to attack, and at the moment, I deftly lunged left. His gaping mouths smashed into one another, and he vanished into a cloud of smoke. A shining plate fell down on the spot where Hiz's body had been coiled. Yes, another compass piece. I set it and it pointed east, to Circuit Break Island. Just as I was about to leave the town, the mayor asked me to stay and marry his daughter. I thought about it. She was sorta cute, but we ended up sneaking off the next morning. I mean, I still have to save Princess Elclar from the Chestnut King. And when the Marvelous Compass activated this time, I heard somebody's voice. It was so beautiful, bro. I'm certain it was Princess Elclar's voice. My heart began to race. That's when I realized, Princess Elclar, I think... I kinda zoned out. So yeah, we set sail after ditching town, and somehow we managed to get back here to Rogueport. And here I am. Want to hear something else? Circuit Break Island. Just as our boat arrived at Circuit Break Island, we heard this incredible racket. We soon found out that they hold kart races almost every day on the island. Whoever takes first place in the race will get to rule the island as a king for that day. Just as we got to the racetrack, they were holding the award ceremony. I couldn't believe my eyes. Right there on the trophy they give to the winner. It was another piece of the Marvelous Compass. I almost passed dead away. I decided right then and there that the only thing to do was to enter the next race. I mean, I've driven in kart races before, so I thought I'd be okay. Boy, was I wrong. The karts were supercharged machines that could send you airborne with their exhaust. These vehicles are armed with missiles and bazookas. It was anything goes, bro. Of course, I wanted to get right out there pronto. These drivers were crazed. But I worked up my courage and signed up anyway, and my race day finally came. I got one of the best karts, the big green one. I took my position at the start line. The light went green and I stomped the accelerator, and something bad happened. I was in reverse. The big green 01, I guess. Whatever. I was in reverse. The big green one went rocketing backwards with me yelling. I crashed into the wall behind me hard enough to cut me off mid-screen. In one fell swoop, I dragged into last place and wrecked my racing machine. But it wasn't all bad news. All the other karts crashed because of my maneuver. Once I got in gear and took off, I was the only kart left. I won by a country mile, bro. I took the piece off my trophy and added it to the Marvelous Compass. The compass came to life and pointed me towards Jazzafraz town in the east. Then I heard that voice. Princess Elclar's voice echoed in my ears again. Oh, my princess, random words would form poetry if spoken by your voice. I will most definitely save you. Just wait for me, Princess Elclar. Sorry about that, bro. So after that, I got back on my boat and came back here to Rogueport, and that's what I've been up to. Jazzafraz Town. Can I? The drift has not changed. Oh my goodness. There we go. As soon as we hit Jazzafraz Town, we were overcome by the glitz and glamour. It was a very lively place, bro. Tons of daisies live there, and they're always smiling. Oh, daisies, those are those enemies back from Twilight Forest, or Twilight Woods, whatever it's called, on the path to Creepy Steeple. While looking for the piece of the compass, I met a hit daisy named Hazy. Hazy was a producer, and he was looking for actors to go on stage with him. I told him we couldn't since we were looking for a compass part, you know? But Hazy said we could win the compass part in the upcoming Drama Slam. He said the so-called Drama Llama plaque, might in fact be one of the parts. Well, we just had to give it a try, so we rehearsed with the cast and hit the stage. Our musical was called The Mystery of the Fiery Hat of Social Awareness. The script was great, but I got really hosed, bro. My part, was grass. I played grass by the side of the road, bro. Grass! I was sprawled out on the ground and had to be silent. Everyone but me had lines. I don't care if I was wearing green. Who cast someone based on that? It was awful. In the end, our musical was the talk of the town, and we won the Drama Slam. I got the compass part I was after, but even that didn't make me very happy. The huge after party just made me feel worse, so I snuck out the back door. But wow, outside were tons of fans. My fans. Fans of grass. They swarmed me. I just couldn't believe it. Imagine, cheering for grass. I was ecstatic, bro. After that, I added the piece to the marvelous compass, which pointed north. It pointed me to Rapturous Ruins in Gribble Forest. Then the voice again. Oh, my cherished Princess O'Clar, how you soothe me. I would be grass for you. I will find you. I will reach you. I will stand by your side and be your Luigi. Sorry about that, bro. So yeah, anyway, then I got back on my boat. I came back to Rogueport, and here I am, another leg of my adventure completed. Want to hear something else? No. Come on. Oh my god, I can't deal with this. So after journeying deep into the Grimble Forest, I found the domed Rapturous Ruins. Inside, everything was pure white. You couldn't tell where the floor was. Proceeding dead ahead, I found myself in a chamber where a young boy sat. As I approached the boy, someone named Screamy appeared out of nowhere. Screamy said the boy's name was Cranberry and that he'd wait for a child of fate. That didn't make any sense to me, so I started searching quietly for the compass piece. But then it happened, bro. I got a tiny tickle in my nose and let out a huge sneeze. Well, Cranberry must have heard it because he opened his eyes right up. He looked at me and smiled, and all of a sudden I could understand his language. Can you believe it? I learned that the boy was the last of an ancient race, the Luffs. He had been there guarding the marvelous compass piece for the last 1,000 years. Okay. There we go. He told me that the compass is an item with the power to see into the future. The ancient Luff Empire used the power of the compass to rule much of the world. Because of their greed, they were cursed by the compass and their empire collapsed. To prevent a repeat of their fate, Cranberry broke the compass into 7 parts. He hid 6 and kept 1, putting himself to sleep until a worthy hero woke him. I was that hero, bro. He gave it to me, and then he and the ruins vanished. When I added the piece to the compass, it points to the far north, where the dreaded Hate Song Tower stands. This time, I heard Princess Elclair's voice much more clearly than ever before. I will rescue you, my princess. I will be super, and then I'll figure out the rest later. Anyway, I headed back to Rogueport. After that, I'm making my final preparations for my final battle now. I'm a little nervous, but that's what I've been up to lately. Hate Song Tower. Hate Song Tower stands atop a jagged, unclimbable cliff beyond the northernmost sea. The winds whistle down the cliff, howling like banshees singing songs of hate. People say it's pretty much the scariest place in the world, and I had to go there. Blocking out the bone-chilling howls, I somehow managed to reach the tower's door. I was terrified. The thoughts of Princess Elclaire warmed my heart and gave me power. All of my companions felt the same way. They were with me to the bitter end. The door to the tower swung slowly open to reveal an inconceivable darkness. I tried to call out Princess Elclaire's name, and I couldn't even breathe because, as I strained my eyes into the darkness, I saw the most terrifying beast of all. The Chestnut King himself appeared before me. He was monstrous and drooling. Puddles of toxic goo dripped out of his mouth, melted to the very ground at our feet. I couldn't stop shaking, but I grinded my teeth and faced the evil beast dead on. I dodged the king's fangs, jumped onto his chest, and gave him a hammer whack. My swing split the air and crashed dead center onto the Chestnut King's skull. Hope powered me up, bro. I was going toe-to-toe with the king, and I was loving it. This is it, I thought. I can win this. I'll risk it all on my next blow. I gripped my hammer tight and waited for my moment. The tension stung me. Whack! The ocean winds raged against the tower windows. With that sound as my call to battle, I advanced with no mercy into my heart. And then... I beat him. I defeated the Chestnut King. An even worse beast came next, a nightmare thing, but I beat it too. I rescued Princess Elclaire. It was all over. And then I came back to Rogueport and had a light lunch. And that's about it. You think there's more to the story than that? Not at all, that's it. That's the whole story of the quest for Princess Elclaire. The end. My adventures won't end there, bro. My adventures won't end here, bro. They'll never end. Wanna hear something else? Well, Super Luigi book. Actually, you know what? This guy novelized my quest. He's been interviewing me. He was actually interviewing me here at the inn during breaks from my adventure. I didn't think anyone would be interested in reading a book about Luigi, but Super Luigi came out recently, and check this out, bro. It set a new record for consecutive weeks at #1 on the bestseller list. Hooray for Luigi, bro. I started reading it the other day, but an encyclopedic account in multiple volumes. Excruciating detail, bro. It's like a history book. It seemed like one anyway. They've got it in the shop here at Rogueport. How about you snag a copy, bro? Wanna hear something else? No, that's all you have about you, Luigi. If you want to hear what I've been up to, just come find me, okay? I'll be around. Yeah, Luigi's partners aren't here anymore. Actually, wait, I just realized, where's Toadsworth? Isn't he always in the inn? Do you know where he went? Welcome to the... Oh, no, this is just the lady I talked to about staying at the inn. Yeah, what happened to Toadsworth? Does Luigi know? What the heck happened to Toadsworth? Isn't he always in Rogueport normally? I'm gonna look for him real quick. Oh, good grief. I'm like forcing my Joy-Con to allow me to move right now. No sign of him. Alright, well. Now, let's read Luigi's books. Oh, for the love of good. Oh my goodness, please let me... Super Luigi. Well, actually, wait, is this just the same thing, though, that Luigi just told us? Have you ever experienced a time when no matter how hard you tried, you failed, and the time you spent felt wasted? If you ever felt such pangs of regret, try to remember this tale, the story of a young man's quest to save a sweet princess. The day dawned like any other day, but little did Luigi know the letter he was about to receive would forever change his destiny. Sir Luigi, danger besets us on all sides. We beg for your help. The foul Chestnut King has stolen our beloved princess. The letter was from the Minister Krept of the Waffle Kingdom, a man aware of Luigi's many adventures. He knew only Luigi could save them. Charged with this dire task, Luigi wasted no time curtailing the heroic meal he was making. He then packed for his deadly journey. Knowing his older brother the less talented brother, was on a no doubt inconsequential errand, Luigi took a moment to leave a note. Okay, this book, that's inaccurate. Okay, realistically, Mario stopped the Shadow Queen, a demon who was trying to take over the entire world. I feel like that's a bigger quest than Luigi's quest. He was just saving a princess like any other day. So that's inaccurate. Mario's definitely not less talented. Mix a Keel mango with a peachy fruit to whip up a fruit parfait. These cryptic words were all Luigi wrote before leaving. Upon reaching the Waffle Kingdom, Luigi was greeted by pure misery, an endless flow of tears over the kidnapping of Princess Elclar. Arriving at the castle, Luigi was greeted by the Minister Crep, who carefully handed him a compass base with only one intact section. Our land once had a special treasure, the marvelous compass. Find its 7 parts to find Elclar. So it began. Super Luigi 2. It's a little warm, Luigi muttered, the sweat dripping from his brow as he followed the compass up Rumble Bump Volcano's side. Must find the secret grotto. While Luigi had guts to spare, he did need a guide, and he found one in Bluey, a blooper he met in town. Brave Bluey joined Luigi and instantly proved to be invaluable. With his aid, Luigi bested a savage statue that protected the treasure. That treasure was none other than a piece of the marvelous compass, a piece that pointed west to Plump Belly Village. The second Luigi saw Plump Belly Village, he knew something was amiss. All was woe, and Luigi soon learned the reason why from the mayor. The town was at the mercy of a sinister serpent who demanded sacrificial lasses. Burning with indignation, Luigi formed a team of liberators. A fierce Bob-omb warrior named Jerry joined his crew and chose, not surprisingly, to stick with Luigi for the duration of his quest for Elclar. Fortified by his allies, Luigi strode on into the lair of the beast, a foul 2-headed snake. No time to think, Luigi sprang forth. Twin heads snapped at his heels. Fangs dripped venom. Then, as one mouth gaped wide to swallow Luigi, the other crept behind. Our hero sensed the treachery and fainted before leaping. The heads collided, and the beast ate itself. The prize? A compass piece. The villagers begged their savior to stay with them, but a grim-faced Luigi pressed bravely onward. Super Luigi 3. Dauntless Luigi's next test came in the form of a kart race on Circuit Break Island, where he won both the contest and the compass piece. The race was fraught with danger, but Luigi pressed through adversity to win. All viewers were awed by Luigi's revolutionary racing style. The mechanic who built Luigi's racing machine, a Buzzy Beetle named Torque, was so stunned by Luigi's race techniques that he joined him. Reinvigorated, Luigi set sail for Jazzafraz Town, where he made his stage debut. Hazy, a noted Daisy producer, gave Luigi a key role. Playing the part of an Earth spirit to pure perfection, Luigi stole the show. Hazy's faith in Luigi's natural acting talents was rewarded. The performance won a prize, which yielded another compass piece. Hazy turned from teacher to pupil, joining Luigi on his quest. So Luigi wasn't a piece of grass. He was actually an Earth spirit. Interesting. It was at this time that Luigi's heart, usually draped in the cool comfort of a hero's resolve, began to warm his thoughts of Princess Elclar. This came to be because every time the magic compass pointed to a new place, her gentle words rang through his ears, touching him to his very soul. The voice spoke of eternity, of stars in the heavens. It wept for those blind to love. It gave comfort in the face of fear and loneliness. Though he had never seen her, our hero was tormented by visions of his fair-hearted maiden. All he could do was press onward. The compass pointed towards Rapturus ruins. Only 2 parts of the compass awaited, and Elclar had won. Super Luigi 4. Footsore and weary, Luigi finally found the Raptus ruins beyond Grimble Forest. Within them, time and space were lost in nothingness. Within the pale emptiness, Luigi found a young sleeping boy. Our hero called out gently, and the youth woke up from his long slumber. My name is Cranberry, and I have waited for you for the last 1,000 years. The boy went on to tell Luigi the secret truths of an ancient land. All this talking getting my throat all scratchy. He said that the marvelous compass had been created by the ancient Luff people who used its powers of foretelling to rule the world, but the Luff Empire was then cursed by the compass and fell into ruin. The survivors dismantled the compass and hid its pieces. Cranberry was the last of the ancient race. His role was to wait until one with a noble heart came to take the burden of the future. None but Luigi could have shouldered his weight. The boy gave the compass piece and said, "Fear the curse and find your Elclar." Luigi accepted the part. The boy's words burned into his brain. His duties fulfilled, the boy began to fade into the blank nothingness. As he faded from sight, a look of joy lit Cranberry's face. As Luigi gaped, both boy and ruins vanished, leaving our hero in a dark wood. With 6 of the parts united, the compass finally pointed to the final part, to the quest's end, to Hate Song Tower. And then her voice, Princess Elclar's voice, begged for the help from the void, pleading a hero. Luigi's heart burst to flame. Super Luigi Volume 5. At long last, Luigi crossed the there's hold of Hate Song Tower. Luigi rallied his allies. "We will defeat the Chestnut King. We must!" Friends by his side, Luigi at last faced the fell Chestnut King, and then he heard a voice, and spun to see fair Princess Elclar. She told our hero the painful truth. The evil Chestnut King was actually her true love, made monstrous by Crep in a bit for the throne. Luigi did not mention that. This story's getting interesting. At that point, the villainous Crep appeared. "The marvelous compass, please. Hand it over, and the Luff Empire will rule again." Luigi and company were no match for the might of Crep, their true enemy. But then the compass piece in Elclar's tiara shone forth. It bestowed the future sight on Luigi. Knowing Crep's every move, he smote the fiend with his mallet. With that, it was finally over. Luigi and his friends parted, leaving the Waffle Kingdom in peace. But Luigi regretted not gazing further into the future. He longed to see the Wafflers gathering on Princess Elclar's wedding day. He wanted to see her beauty and who stood at her side. But it was not to be. Luigi went back to his humble home, which remained exactly as he had left it, a cold comfort for his heavy heart. Taking up a book he had been reading, Luigi tried to read, but his long trial had sapped his strength, and he soon fell asleep. He dreamt of his friends and his beloved Princess Elclar, and sleeping, Luigi spoke, "I shall return." Wow. Okay. That was actually a really good story. That has potential to actually be a Paper Luigi video game. I'm gonna say it. Like, this is a remake of Thousand Year Door. They totally could have made Luigi's story a literal side mode like they did for the remakes of Superstar Saga and Bowser's Inside Story. Like, Luigi's story could have totally been its own separate game or side mode to this one. That was such a wasted opportunity. They totally should have done that. Like, I actually would have liked to see Luigi's adventure. That's so cool. Like, I was like seeing it all in my head play out, but that actually would have been so cool to see Luigi's story. Like, I actually want to see Luigi succeed. That was so cool. What's with this? Wait. Did the music always change when I was at the Rogueport Harbor? Like, did it always change, or did I just never? Did it just change now to a post game? Cortez. You know what, let's save our progress real quick. Well, since we've been doing nothing but reading this episode, we might as well continue that trend and talk to this guy over here, because he actually has stuff to say too. Ah, Mario, how's it going? Did you come to read my journal? I did indeed. How many chapters are there? Also 7. Jesus. The night before. I'm finally off tomorrow. I've filled my pack with cheese and I'm ready to go. My to-do list is crossed off. I owe so much to all my investors, not just money. The old get-rich-quick dream, but this is different. I have no reason. See, I owe it to my hometown. It's so cold there. People are constantly shivering. If I find oil and send it there, then people can use it to heat their homes. Oil will make me rich, and them happy. It seems to be a perfect goal, right? I have always had this dream since I was very small. Of course, getting rich is a big part of it too, but who doesn't want money? Money, money. Cover me with it, please. Well, enough for tonight. Yeah, that's a little embarrassing. Read another. Alright, so these are relatively short. Why did it have to turn out like this? I got to Toad Town by boat, then took a train to the foot of Mount Rugged. Unfortunately, you can only get from Mount Rugged to Dry Desert on foot, and tragedy waited for me as I slogged faithfully up the winding trail. It was a huge, awful vulture. I had read about it in my travel brochures. This buzzer accosted all travelers on Mount Rugged. I hightailed it, but Buzzer had me in its sights. I felt a piercing jolt as its claws dug deep into my backpack. After dropping me off onto a cliff, Buzzer seems to forget about me and disappear, I meant. I let out a sigh of relief, but when I touched my back, I noticed my backpack was gone. My backpack! In it with all my food and money to start my operation, no! That mangy Buzzer made off with everything of importance to me. All I have left is my journal, a shovel to dig for oil, and my life. But perhaps living in miracle enough, or so I'd like to believe. But now I can't turn back. I climb down the mountain to the desert. The dry desert sprawls out before me, beckoning dreamers and fools. I am both, and I set out with a heart full of dread. I'm really liking these stories, actually. Like, I'm not saying I wish that this guy's story was a game as well, but I feel like it has potential. I'm just saying, like, Thousand Year Door has a lot of good potential to spawn other games, and they just haven't done it yet. These totally could have been side modes, like you could read about the adventure, and then you can actually experience it by playing it as Luigi. And then this guy in his oil search, because this guy does give me money. Like, he gave me, like, what was it, 999 coins a while back. I am now in a place called Dry Outpost. Someone pulled me, lifeless and parched, from the merciless desert floor. It was a Koopa with a fine mustache named Colorado, an angel in a pith helmet. He was a world-traveling adventurer archaeologist. I told him about Buzzer, and my quest for oil, and my dreams of riches and warmth for my people. After I spoke at length, he gave me food and water. I asked him why he should be so kind, and he looked into the distance and said, "Turning one's back on an ambitious dreamer invites others to do the same for you, old boy. I just want to believe in every dream this sad old world can muster." This guy, he still chases his own dreams, dusty dreams of archaeology. We stayed up all night discussing each other's dreams. It was great. I am now at a desert oasis. After Colorado left, I sent out the Dry Outpost to find my digging point. But the desert is so wide, it's impossible to find anything without a guide. I had no idea where I was going, and my head was splitting in the heat. My throat was burning and scratchy. Dang, just like mine. Was I awake? Was I asleep? I heard a voice calling to me from far away. Hey, are you a nice guy? If you're a nice guy, then give me something nice. I didn't have the food or water I received from Colorado. I had nothing. Why do you lie there? If you are a nice guy, give me a nice thing, and I will help. I croaked. All I have is my dream. When I next awoke, I was at this oasis. You're awake, I heard. There was a little mouser there in a gray head scarf. My name is Mustafa. You had nothing to give, but I got something nice anyway. I don't know how or why, but it seems like I've been saved by yet another stranger. Do you need a guide? Is there somewhere you want to go? I will take you. Unbelievable. I actually found a reliable guide. We're here. I'm finally at the spot where I'm supposed to dig for oil. I was told to draw a line from a blue cactus and a cactus-like rock to a cactus-like rock. I went north a precise distance from the exact termination point. I ended up here, at a point between dry ruins and the oasis. Mustafa had guided me this far with skill and bravery. He said, "You're a nice guy. Your dream will come true." Mustafa believes this. He left then, leaving me to fight this battle on my own. All I have to do is dig here until I find oil. That's all. I stocked up on lemons and limes at the oasis, so I should last a few days. I must find that oil. I am digging for oil now, and my hands shakes as I write these, perhaps final words. I have been digging from sunset to sundown, but still no sign of that sweet curate. Maybe I've just picked a dry spot in this cursed desert. But I'm sure this is where Merlovely told me to dig. Yes, I'm sure of it. There's no more food or water, or even my hopes have dwindled to nothing. This is it. My dream dies here with me, under these unforgiving skies. My dream, Wait, no, this is not it. My dream of something else. Yes, something else. Dig. Keep digging. I must keep digging. Arms move, body work, will find oil. I am now on a boat back to Deer Roadport. I did it. I finally struck oil in that dry desert. I have left the day-to-day operation to my men in the field and now return home. It all came true. Striking it rich, finding oil, my dream. But somewhere along the way, this became more than just my dream. So many people have helped to make this dream happen. So many. You have nothing to give, but I got something nice anyway, dear Mustafa. I just want to believe in every dream this sad world can muster. Ah, Colorado. People who lent me money and gave me food and showed me the way. So many hands reaching out to help me. I must do something for all of them. That feeling has pushed me even harder. I must share the feeling with the people who helped me as I struggled. I must share these words that have seared themselves into my heart. Dreams come true, Lumpy. Wow, that was a good story too. I really like how the characters have like their own stories and stuff. Like I just said, there is so much potential, like especially for Luigi's story, to be its own game or like a side mode to this game. Like they totally should have done that. Sadly that they didn't. It's really unfortunate. But anyway, with that, I'm leaving it there for this episode of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.